So I'm on my way to visit Steve Frailey. He's got an 8-acre farm where he's been growing noni fruit for over 30 years.
Are you here for the tour?
Yes.
Are you Candy?
I'm Billy.
Billy, okay.
Today Steve is running his farm tour where he takes local people on a trip through his farm.
You just make a left and head straight down the road.
We're going to check it out.
Good morning. You here for the tour? Yeah. First name?
His farm is very energy efficient. He has a windmill, pumps his own water.
So you're going to go right up here. You're not going to go straight in those two driveways. The road turns left, right down and around the corner, and Dylan will be at the gate. He'll know you're coming. And Lola's down below.
You got it all prepared and everything?
Oh, yeah. We walkie-talkies. Let them know what color of the car, who's coming, how many people, so we don't lose anybody.
Right,
so,
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So
all right.
At the fork.
Yeah, I'll see. I got another car coming. We actually only had 8 people total today. It was unusual for Fridays.
What do you usually get? 20?
We usually have anywhere from 15 to 20 up to 25.
Okay.
So these guys are 200 miles up the.
So which end of the beach is that? The new end of the beach or the... I was looking for that end. I didn't see.
Welcome to our farm. My name is Steve Frailey. I've been here since 1982. We have a 37-acre family farm, certified organic, and you'll see a great deal of it today. We cover a lot about noni, a lot about organics. But first of all, we have 2 guests here today. We have David Kramer and Jazzy. Actually, they do our website. If you ever do websites and you don't know somebody has a business, they have software that's really good. They do our whole system for all our website, plus a lot of other functions and marketing and stuff. So this is the first time they've had a chance to come see the farm. I've been working with Dave for about, 10, 15 years now?
About 10.
10 years? Yeah. So, I highly recommend All Pro Web Tools. They have really good software.
And that's really why I developed All Pro Web Tools. I wanted to provide a software solution that would allow a small business owner to capture all of the information for their business in one place so that they can manage those processes, so they can have more time to work on their business instead of working in their business and repeating themselves over and over again. If you hire an employee, you teach them how to do something, and then you hire another employee and you have to teach them again. It really sucks up your time. Also, if you spend a lot of your time pulling information from different software solutions to try to generate reports so you can understand what's working in your business and what's not, that can be very time consuming. And it takes time away from what you're really good at. If you're a farmer, be a farmer. I mean, who really enjoys doing taxes? Well, there's some people that enjoy doing taxes, so let them do it while you focus on your business.
So we've done a lot of different things. We do the farm, we grow, we pick, we process, we make the products, but then we do farm tours, we do farmers markets, we do on the website every day. We're sending orders out. Come on down this way. I know you didn't, but I never picked it. And you can see the flowers starting to pop out. Here's one the flowers opened on the fruit. When a coconut's young and full of water, really good. These pods are not edible, but they open up like this, like a wood rose. Okay? But these are different than a wood rose. As a rule of thumb, your bumpy skin avocados are the ones that are more nutty, buttery flavor. Your smooth skin avocados are more watery. Right above Dave, this is a mango tree. This is a Hayden mango. We have lots of different mango varieties here. We can almost have mangoes year round here. Test your skin first. 25% of people are allergic to mango sap. So you peel the skin off, put it on your skin, and wait 10 or 15 minutes to see if you break out with a rash.
So the actual seed.
Oh, the actual, you mean from us, up like that?
Yeah, like if you pick it, and then how long does it take for
For it to sprout? A couple months.
So these you lay on the ground when they're full of water.
And it sprouts out of here. Now these are rooting. The ones that didn't dig up well, when we transplant out, pop these in and put replacements. Lots of different orchids in here. Then once they start flowering, we put them back inside. So it's almost like a tea plant. They stay very compact. They don't need much water. And it's really different, the white and green on them. And you can just cut the branches off, put it in the ground, it grows.
Can you show me what you mean by planting it in the air?
Yeah, right here, you can see what you do is you on here, you put some burlap around it, and the roots are attaching to the tree. So it's just attaching itself to the tree. Same thing as this one here. You can see this one's flowering. But you can see when you put it on here, wrap some burlap around here, which breathes air and water. This is just some string on here. Eventually the string goes away, but it holds it on there to the roots attached to the tree. It goes all the way up the tree. So it's taking water and air from the tree. But look at this guy. This is one orchid. You think it's a happy orchid? It likes where it's at, you know?
That is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I was impressed. And it just keeps going up, and that's one orchid. And you can see the roots on the tree, and they literally go 10, 15 feet up in the air. Wow. And so when it rains, water comes down, it takes nutrients from the air, and that's what they're air-breathing plants, what orchids are.
Wow.
You put them in the ground, they don't even, they don't like being on the dirt.
Steve, how long have you been a small business owner?
30 years, something like that.
All right.
Yeah,
and
long time.
was it always easy?
No, well, there's trial and errors. It was interesting, it was fun, but it's always a challenge to find what works and what doesn't work, and marketing changes with time. So it's adapting and being willing to keep moving on.
So as I'm talking to Steve and learning more about farming, it's really just a process. And the product that he creates is just a recipe. He knows that if he plants a certain number of trees, he'll get a certain number of fruit, and it'll take a certain amount of time for that fruit to develop. And then once it's ready, it'll take a certain amount of time to pick, and then there's another process in how he gets the pulp out of the fruit, cleans it, and processes it into his product, fruit leather. Once he's discovered this process, it's just something that you do over and over again. You just follow the recipe. And that's really how it works in all businesses. They're all processes. I highly recommend having standard operating procedures so that even if you're a single solopreneur, eventually you're going to grow. You're going to hire employees. And you're the only one that knows how to do those things that certain way that works so well. But if you document those processes, you'll be able to hand that knowledge off to the next person. And that really becomes the intellectual property of your company. What makes you special? What makes you stand out? What makes you profitable? There's a lot of perseverance involved.
Yeah, there is, But for us, it's very rewarding because what we're doing is a health product that helps people. And so when people call who have had things for 20 years, it's gotten rid of, it makes it rewarding.
So what would be your advice to a person getting started in business?
Well, I prefer to go slow rather than trying to tackle too much at once. We always have done 10, 15, 20% growth every year for 30 years. We have a lot of different tasks here, so you don't do one thing all the time. So it keeps you fresh, which I think is important. So somebody doesn't burn out doing the same thing. Even with employees, trying to keep them, they can go outside and do this, they can go inside and do that, but move them around. We had to create, we had to build the equipment, we had to build the facilities, so it was a challenge to do it. But as it works out, there's a lot of times it didn't work, but you just keep persevering and it works out.
And why do you do what you do?
I farm, and so we grow things, and I enjoy growing things. But the whole business aspect, I enjoy the creating things, which is you're always doing in this. For me, we're a family farm, and so all my family is still involved in it. They're all born and raised, and they're involved in doing it.
What would you say has been your most costly mistake?
We did a kiosk once at Ala Moana Shopping Center because we have places that where tour buses go in. We pay for somebody to be there to do demos 5 days a week, and they sell a tremendous amount at these places where the tour buses stop. And we thought, well, if that's working there retail with tourists, Ala Moana is one of the largest shopping centers in Honolulu. So we spent probably $8,000 a month for a kiosk, and it was a nightmare. Because all the other kiosks are so aggressive, nobody wanted to stop and talk to anybody at the kiosk. And you couldn't get anyone to stop. I finally had to pay to get out of the contract.
Oh, wow.
lost about $30,000 just getting out of the contract with them because you had to sign a contract for years. That was probably my biggest mistake, and it was an eye-opener because I thought for sure it's the same thing as doing the other ones.
Right.
Totally different setting.
Okay.
So, and I learned from that because GNC is a store there in Ala Moana. They had thought about doing a kiosk, and they had done marketing research and decided not to do it. So after the fact, I can see, well, so sometimes it's better to look into it before you jump right into it. In the beginning, we tried, in just our model, we were going to trade shows in the mainland. That's where I first met you. And we were doing wholesale to stores and practitioners. And we used to do 65% wholesale, 35% retail. But about 8-9 years ago, when everything switched to the web, it gave us the ability to do direct marketing retail. So we had to produce less product, bigger profit margin, and deal directly with people. So now we've switched it to 75% retail through our website, through your website you helped us create, to 25% wholesale.
So once we got all his systems in place, he was able to focus on what he was really good at, which was the farming. He started to see his sales grow. Obviously, he had some marketing going now. He was able to send emails to his existing customer base and encourage them to come back. We implemented some coupons. But to be honest with you, we never really got involved with all the, what I call fad marketing. You know, there was a time when it was all about backlinks, or it was all about writing e-zine articles. We never did any of that stuff. And to be honest, we never really did a whole lot of social media either. It was really about connecting with those customers who had already done business with him and soliciting referrals. You figure if somebody buys your product and they like it, they're going to tell a friend. So what can we do to encourage them to tell their friends? So we offered coupons. One of the best coupons that we did was the Refer a Friend coupon, where if you refer your friend, we give you a discount and your friend a discount. You can usually categorize your product as one of two types of product. There's the aspirin product and the vitamin product. You think about aspirin, you take aspirin when you've got a problem, you've got a headache, and you want to fix that problem right now. With a vitamin product, you usually take vitamins when you're not in pain, when you're not having problems. You take vitamins to maintain your health. So usually you can fit a product into one of those two categories. Think of computer repair. Generally, you call a computer guy to fix your computer because something's broken right now and you need it fixed right now. But Steve Frailey's product is a vitamin. Steve really had to create his market. Nobody else promotes the pulp and its benefits. There are some companies that are promoting the juice, but he really had to create that market. He had to do his own research, and he has to consistently promote the benefits of his product, whether he's at a trade show or on his website or in his newsletter, on his blog. He's constantly having to explain to people the benefits of his product. And he's been doing it for 35 years. He has said those words thousands and thousands and thousands of times.
Anybody familiar? I know Frank, you've been using our stuff before. Is anybody familiar with Noni before? You saw it from Sandra at the farmer's market. Have you ever seen Noni before? Anybody ever used Noni juice before? That's why we started doing the tours about 3 years ago. We've been doing this for over 30 years. Noni fruit looks like this first. Pass them around. You can feel one. They're as hard as a potato. There's scientific research that there's over 165 compounds in a solid form in the pulp of the fruit.
Well, thank you so much for taking us on
Thank
the tour
you.
of the farm. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, today's the last day. I'll be leaving Kauai soon. Learned a lot from Steve Frailey and his farm. He's been in business over 35 years. He's been through a lot. He's a genius. He's spent so much time studying every aspect of his business, from how to produce his product, grow the fruit, to how best to service his clients. It makes sense why he's been so successful.